I'm Nova, your cyber friend from the future. And today we are going to play Xenoblade X, my very favorite game of all time. I'm so excited to start. It'll be a blast. Ironically enough, even though it is my favorite game of all time, I have never managed to finish off the last boss. I've struggled for 10 hours or so in my original playthrough on the last boss. So I hope that I can take you on a journey to finishing this game. But first, the intro.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us. Literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
So, that was the intro to Xenoblade X. What an epic tale unfolds before our very own eyes. So we are in the year 2056 now. And trying to inhabit a new planet. Yes, it sets the mood very much. Oops. So, we will of course play female. I'm going to try to rebuild myself as faithfully as possible. I think she might be a good base. Okay, let's see. I mean, I'm not the biggest person, but maybe around here. Skin color. Oh, I'm very light-skinned. Not quite this kind of light-skinned. More this kind of light-skinned. I do not have freckles. No, I have more of a round face. Let's use this. Oh, okay, that was fine. Okay. So, let's choose the hairstyle. Sadly, there aren't too many hairstyles, especially since this game was heavily censored in the English and European release. This is just straight up that one character from Xenoblade 1. Yeah. I'm not sure if they actually censored hair as well, but they censored bikinis and swimwear in general. Because in the English release it was a lot more revealing than in the Japanese release it was more revealing than it is in the international release. But in exchange, the international release got all the DLC included in the base game, which sadly is not too relevant since the game servers are not really that active anymore. And most of the DLC was just raid bosses. Okay. Yes, that's just right. The pupils are so goddamn cool. Was there any way to zoom in on the character? No, it doesn't seem like it. But these pupils are like crazy cool. I will use these ones. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, these. And give me my good old purple. Purple eyes. And yellow extra thingy. Very yellow. Yes. Beautiful. I don't actually have too much make up on my model, so I will not go too overboard, especially since I'm light skinned. No, let's just leave it. So I will use a little bit of lipstick. Yes, that seems... yeah. Just right. And now to find a face paint that kind of looks like my body modifications. But that sure doesn't. We could go with that, since that covers the eyes quite nicely. Yeah, let's go with this one. Where was it? This one. Yep, I think that's alright. Let's quickly save her. To find a voice.
Huh? We're gonna do great. Success. Here goes. Let's murderate him. I've lost my balance.
Classic.
Just tell me what to do.
I think I'm more of the soldier kind.
They never stood a chance.
Or heroic. Let's go heroic. I think heroic sets the mood best. That's it. That's our character.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengage. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate. Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
So, let's name myself. There we go. Confirm.
Good, there we go. What else you remember?
Nothing.
It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Yes.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon.
I want to take this moment to say
Right,
this game is running on Wii U hardware. This is not emulated, not anything, not upscaled, nothing. And this game still manages to look way better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, for example. No shame, of course, but, you know. There's some people that's maybe able to learn one or two things from Monolith Soft. And now we have control. 17 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. So we are on the planet Mira, which we are going to be told a bit later. I'm just spoiling right now. No, not at all. And yes, we will be stuck in a lot of cutscenes in between. But there will also be a lot of gameplay, of course. Once we are through most of the story stuff and we are going to take care of side quests and just general exploring, there will be a lot to do.
L002, the ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right?
I can't even remember my own home planet.
Homeworld.
R.I.P.
Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
Ah, yes. So, we were just told that it's not Earth that was attacked directly, but rather two different alien forces that happened to battle above Earth and just so happened to destroy our homeland. Which is, of course, very lucky for us as Earth's populace. But I guess that's what happens, huh? It's not too far from what may or may not happen in the future, so... the main difference to the main gameplay of Xenoblade 1 is that you have two weapons at the same time, not just one, as is the case in the original Xenoblade.
But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
Yes, it's a bit more action-heavy than the original Xenoblade, though it is more similar to OG Xenoblade than Xenoblade 2 and 3. The map is filled with findable treasures and items that can be picked up, like these ones, very similarly to current Xenoblade games. It's also filled with enemies. We have all kinds of actions that we can use. We have skills for both the melee weapon as well as the ranged weapon of our character. We can switch the weapon live in combat, and to maximize our damage output, every time we are supposed to reload, we switch to the melee weapon, and then back after the melee hit. And of course, we are trying to minimize the cooldown time of our singular abilities. I can imagine that this game is a little bit influenced or rather inspired by Phantasy Star Online, since this was supposed to be an MMORPG. And it had some MMO elements, but I believe it was due to hardware limitations. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But it did not actually end up as an MMO. It just has multiplayer raids. But you can't actually play in the same world together. Uh-oh. Yeah, great. One of the main gimmicks for defeating enemies is that you can actually lock on to their different body parts. And depending on what body part you destroy, they can't use certain attacks or they take more damage and stuff like that. All of that is going to be teach to us a bit later, but since I do know this game, I already know that. I'm curious whether they will port Xenoblade X to the Switch 2. That would be quite nice, since Oh god, since they have finished the original trilogy now. Oh, I'm so close to dying. Oh no. Oh, this. Okay, I live. Ooh, I was a bit careless there. I'm curious whether they will port or remaster this game. Since they are... Oh, I don't think it will ever come to PC, sadly. Since Monolith Soft is fully owned by Nintendo. And since Nintendo is going way too strong, sadly, and we will probably never see this on PC. Yeah, no, Monolith is, I believe they are 100% owned by Nintendo, since they also worked on Breath of the Wild and stuff. Since Monolith Soft has so much experience with creating open worlds, that the Zelda Breath of the Wild team asked them for help, and most of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild was created by Monolith Soft, actually. So, you can feel the design language from Monolith in Breath of the Wild as well, with the open world. And you can see how this game is the template for Breath of the Wild in some ways. Oh, this soundtrack! Oh, just listen to it. Banger soundtrack.
They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
This cutscene alone gives you a little bit of a feeling for the scale of this game. It is actually one of the biggest video game worlds ever. It is 500 square kilometers, which is like 8 times the size of GTA 5. Though a lot of that is ocean. They actually originally intended to really make a whole planet, but that was just way too big
Mira,
for
find it on any star chart,
the project.
but it's home.
Yes. So the game ended up with only 5 continents, which is still a lot, to be honest.
Habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy.
Yeah.
We can jump if you like. You can
This game was in development for 4 years, if I remember correctly,
another story.
since the release of
Mean,
Xenoblade 1
nasty.
until 2015 December. No,
Given our
it was released in
options, the high road here
January
is the
in
way to go, relatively
Japan.
speaking.
Yeah! You will see the map in a bit, I hope.
That's
I hope I can show it somehow.
Whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Oh, this game is so big and beautiful. I love it. Like, really. Can I? Nope, I can't. That sucks. Yeah, I may not be able to show you the map. I will pull up a screenshot of it though and show it like that a bit later. So, we have discovery points. and stuff. Actually, I may just pull up my emulator and show you the map on emulator. But yes, such a beautiful game. There's so much to do, so much to see, and nothing wrong with taking the back street. Since you will find something very rewarding, doesn't matter where you're going. Like, this map design is crazy rewarding. Do you remember when they flexed in Breath of the Wild that you can go everywhere you see? Yeah, that was possible in this game as well. And this game released 2 years prior to Breath of the Wild. So you see that peak up there? Yeah, we can go there. It's really a 10 out of 10 game. I actually own this game physically twice. Once the special edition, and once the regular edition. Because back when it released, the only local store where I could buy it only had one copy of the limited edition, and that was gone by the time I wanted to get it. And that was like 20 minutes after the store opened, so someone was way more dedicated than me. And then I bought the limited edition last year, second hand. And there's actually different limited editions in the US and in Europe. In Europe, we got a small limited edition with posters and an art book. Concept art book, while in America, the limited edition included a complete soundtrack CD. And I think posters as well. And the posters in the European edition are the world map, as well as a battle between Elma and one of the alien forces. So very, very nice artworks. Yeah, back in the 2010s, there were way more, in the early 2010s, way more differences between the different regions. But ever since the Switch, and it's being region-free, right? It's not region-locked. There hasn't been that much difference anymore. Do I want to do that? I don't think I want to do that. This thing is level 5 and I'm level 3. These guys are not attacking us, since they are more of the passive kind, which is indicated by them not having this eye symbol next to their level. Like, when we walk there, we see this red eye. That indicates, okay, once this guy sees me, it would start attacking. Yes, like this. So that way, you can gauge which monsters will actively go after you and which won't. And usually, the very big monsters are the ones that don't go after you. It's always the small ones that immediately have the need to fight, which is not in their favor usually. And there it goes. Good. Let's continue to the city, which I will not tell you the name of just yet. Oh, did they already tell it? Was I just not observant enough in the beginning cutscene? Yes, they very much want to prove themselves. So we will see that this world is everything but kind. Don't be so pushy! Oh, that's a great voice line. Oh my god. Don't be so pushy. Oh, I love it. This is great. This is great. This gives me so much nostalgia. It's always great to play a game that was with you for a long time and that has just left a very deep impression on you. So, since we are on a different planet with a different gravitational field, we can jump higher. So, it's not random that you can jump this high. We can because it's less gravity than on Earth, right? Even more intricate world design. Because these guys, the Monolith Soft, are just way too invest. And we went completely the wrong way. Great. Already getting sidetracked. Let's just jump. And compared to other Xenoblade Chronicles titles, there is no fall damage in this game. Yes, exactly. No fall damage. In the mainline games, you can die by fall damage. Or can you die? I think you can. Yeah, can die. You can die. But in this game, you can't. From fall damage. You can, of course, be just taken completely apart by the monsters or something, but can't recommend that. But I'm very sure that we will see that happen sooner than later. The music! The music is such a banger! Oh my god! This is the reason why I'm using Xenoblade X music in the background for my just chatting streams. Because the composer for Xenoblade X is actually the same guy that made the soundtrack for Attack on Titan, for example. So that guy is, yes, pretty crazy. In general, the staff for this game is stacked. And you can see, these are the XL-sized monsters. I believe we will get a chart of monster size differences, where they put it in XS, S, ML, and XL. And I'm getting sidetracked again because I was looking at the monsters. What are they called? Eternal Minosaur. That's good. I got completely sidetracked. Let's go back. This world is just so beautiful. Oh my god. So this is what we will call home. Cutscene time.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside.
The Grex are coming.
Grexes?
Yes. This makes me excited. Oh, this moment alone is just, so good. The stakes in this game are gonna be high. This game design, man. I won't miss this shot. Where? If it's toppled, okay. There we are toppled. Now, let's kill you off. Oh, damage. I could actually tell Elma to... what? Concentrate fire, okay. So that we actually attack the same enemy instead of spreading our damage. Yeah, for real. Though the premise also seems really exciting in a way. Like, if I was properly trained and... wait, I am. If I ever got the chance to fight these guys, I would totally take it. And there it goes.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife.
Yeah, don't worry.
Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line.
Well,
let's head in.
if it's about monsters that are
Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
literally just acting on instincts, you can't really walk a fine line with them, to be fair. Time to hydrate. We'll have so many character customization options a little bit later. There's a whole lot of clothing that we can get and stuff. It will be legendary, I swear. Good day, Pierce. Yeah. I need to use the elevator up on these stairs. That's fine, thank you. What? Can I just... yes, I can. Let's go. The crazy part is... yes, it really is. The crazy part is that the whole map is loaded all the time. There was actually a DLC that you could download on the Wii U, which was, I think, 15 gigabytes, which was crazy huge back then for a game map, especially on the Nintendo console, which was only the map, and so that it would be on the internal hard drive of the Wii U for it to load way faster than off the disc. And I still have the USB drive on which this map is, so we can still enjoy a lot faster loading times, she said while having incredibly long loading times. Though this was still shorter than some recent games. Oh yes, the soundtrack, I'm melting. Oh yes. Okay, people, remember this moment. Walking into the city for the first time.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.